All right, guys, let's deep dive into the moon. So, the moon represents this deep state of sensitivity and imaginative impressionability. So, it's developed within a womb of deep reflection. Okay. So, in expanded consciousness, we cannot control what happens. Um, so, the ultimate test of the soul's integrity starts coming around, and the veil is removed before or between the self and the unknown. And that's really, you know, a lot of what these spiritual journeys, the spiritual awakening is about. So, what is the moon really trying to tell us? So, the moon is, in a general reading, really means, trust your instincts and your intuition, because your intuitive body is connected to all living things and it's sharper and quicker than the civilized self. So, meditate, be the witness, do nothing. It's really a call to let nature carry you further. Now, in a general reading, when the moon comes up in reverse, it signifies that there's a release of fear, overcoming confusion, gaining insight, particularly in relationships and decision making. And it can also indicate that there's a period of healing from past psychological struggles or emotional issues. However, it can also point to deception, deceit, or being blind to one's surroundings, suggesting a need to be more discerning and trust your intuition. Um, Now, in a love reading, the one thing about the moon, it's always tended to represent these deep seated emotions, and usually it's undealt with emotions. But in a love reading, in the upright position, it's like you're cast into the deepest unknown. Um, so this is an opportunity to penetrate your inner self. Um, this person is shining a light into you and revealing the real you. That's the reason why you see a dark and a light wolf 95% of the time, or probably about 100% of the time with the moon card, or, you'll see the depiction of the lady being pulled down under the water. Um, and it's really because you're no longer really able to hide your true self or your emotions. It's like being exposed. If you've ever noticed every full moon, like how it really amps up your emotions, that's what it is you can no longer hide those emotions because they're being brought to the surface. So it really, in a love tarot reading, it's about allowing this to help you become naked to your true self and shine through who you really are. Um, Now, when it comes up in a reverse in a love reading, it's really indicating like a clearing of the illusions, a potential for emotional clarity. Um, it can mean that hidden truths are coming to light, or that you are finally confronting your own fears and insecurities, because a lot of times we project those onto our relationships. Now, it can also suggest that there's a need to trust your intuition, be weary of potential deceptions. And it kind of shifts a little bit when it goes into careers, because what you're really looking at is this losing a position of leadership. So see how that it just spun you in a whole nother direction. But it's also about not like nothing really being as it seems. So it's inflated delusions and like ego. It's feeling like battle lines are being drawn. Um, and the biggest message that it has for you as far as like career readings is, you have to stay in the light to find a clear path. Stay alert. Things may seem dark, but you have to remember, even in the darkness, the moon illuminates a lot of things, and you've really got to pay attention and stay the course. So, in a career reading, when we have the moon reversed, what we're looking at is, it usually signifies a relief or a release from confusion and potential for clarity. So it can also point to escalating misunderstandings, deceptions, and anxieties within your profession. Now, it can also suggest that there is a need to confront internal doubts and fears. So, while also being mindful of potentially deceptive situations or hidden agendas. Now, I'm only laughing, guys, because if you've ever been in a live on TikTok or seen me on TikTok, you would know I have two pit bulls, and Lola just started huffing as soon as I was talking about the need to confront internal doubts and fears. She was just like, we gotta go through this. But if you pull the moon card and it's a yes no situation, you're doing yes no's for people, remember that the moon is a no. Because a lot of the times, like, what you see is an illusion, and you need to look for what is not so obvious. But other than that, guys, I hope it clarified everything for you on the moon. Always feel free to leave a comment down below and give insights, ask questions. Me or anybody else who is on the channel of followers, we would love to help you with any type of understanding that you might have for it. But I will see you guys in the next video.